rumors are true. Names that are legendary. StockLegends.com.
Hey traders, this is StockLegends.com. Today we're looking at EFIR for September 21st, 2011. We're looking at a daily chart that goes back 2 months. This stock had a big pullback from the 25-cent area all the way down to 2 cents, where it found some support. So you can see we had a breakout here right around mid-August, and the price, instead of having a really big run, we just sort of had some sideways movement. We did have a 100% gain from 2 cents to 4 cents, and then the price sort of settled on down. We found some support here from around 1.6 or 1.7 cents all the way up to a resistance area of around 3 to 4 cents. So basically the stock was moving in a sideways channel. So we had a breakout here when the price was moving in a downwards trend, and basically we moved from a downwards trend to a sideways channel. So we could have had a run, but basically we just moved sideways. So you can see a nice channel here. Probably a lot of flippers are picking up shares from the 1.7 cent range, trying to flip around 3 cents. And you can see the support recently broke, and so what that suggests is the price needs to have a further correction. And what we've got here is a retrace down to about the 1 cent level. You can see that we held this support area. We've sort of been above this area for several trading days. We have another breakout here again, and what we may see here is some sideways movement again, going from a downward channel or a downward trend into possibly another sideways channel. So once we've broken support, it's important to note that that will become resistance. You can see that we did test this 17 or 1.7 cent area, and it did hold up as a resistance on this particular trading day. So what we're seeing here is possibly a return to a sideways move, but there's also the possibility that we could have a run if we do break this resistance area. So what we're basically seeing here is a channel from 1 cent to 2 cent, and currently we closed right near the support area. This could be a very excellent entry point in the short term for this particular stock. Very likely we could see a move back into the 1.7 cent to 2 cent range, as soon as tomorrow. Now, provided we hold the support area, things should be all fine and well, and there's some indicators sort of suggesting that that may be a bottom. You could see basically using the slow STO, you can see long sort of downtrends, and then when the lines cross, that gives us a signal that the downtrend has ended. And we can see here again that the downtrend was in effect, and now it's crossed over, giving us a signal that the downtrend's ended, and we're either going to see a sideways move or an upwards move from here. So very likely this could be a very low risk entry point. Something else to keep in mind here is the volume was fairly low for a number of days here. You can see volume started to pick up a little bit after mid-August area, and then we had a big price explosion on August 30th. And if you take a look at the price, the previous day we had traded as low as 1.7 cents, all the way to go to nearly 5 cents the next day. So that's that's about a 300% price move in just one day. Very close to that anyways. So we failed to break above or to hold that resistance area to close above it. So unfortunately, although we did spike above the resistance on this particular day, we failed to hold it. But you can see the volume is just holding up here, and it's very important because this was actually the date of a very particular PR release. And if we go to August 30th on the news, we can take a look. This is the press release for August 30th. You can see we have 9:10 a.m. on August 30th. EGPI, Fire Creek, targets acquisition of East Texas and Louisiana oil and gas production. So what is this? This is the intent to acquire a property. This is an oil and gas production company. They extract oil from oil wells, and you can see that they are in negotiation to acquire leases on 10 to 12 wells, and these are the depths, 22 to 2,400 feet. And what is also interesting about this particular PR release are the negotiation that they are intending to acquire 100% working interest and 80% of the corresponding net revenues of the properties, which encompass approximately 2,000 acres in East Texas and Louisiana. Now, they're also stating that we believe this target meets our criteria. Of course, it fits within their business plan, but they also state we are working diligently in order to finalize this agreement within a reasonable short period of time. The last time they acquired a property, they acquired 3 wells on February 20th, and from the date of the acquisition, from the date of the announcement that they're intending to acquire the properties, it took approximately 2 weeks before they announced that they had actually closed the deal and acquired the properties. Now, we are currently approximately 3 weeks after this letter of intent. It's fairly likely, although this is a much bigger property than the last one they acquired, that the announcement of the final negotiation, the signed agreement, could be any day at this particular point in time. And it's very interesting because if we go back to the chart, that PR release is the reason why all this interest is being generated. You can see that we went from 500,000 shares approximately, probably an average of less than that, to over 2.5 million shares on this day. And you can see that we're holding an average of about 1 million shares a day trading volume. So essentially the average volume has more than doubled since the announcement of that possible acquisition. It doesn't even confirm that it's actually going to be signed and done, but it's the intent behind it. If that deal does go through, we could see a massive shift in the change in the technicals of the chart to the upside. This resistance area is going to have a lot of pressure put on it, and if we can break it, then we're going all the way up to 3 cents. And of course, if we can break that level, then we really don't have much resistance until we get up into maybe the 13-cent area where we had some prior support. All right, let's go down a little bit more on the chart. We're talking about STO. We've also got OBV on balance volume. You can see it sort of bounced here as well, right about where we had our breakout point on the chart. This can shift. This is moving up to the upside. That's a bullish sign. And also the accumulation indicators. You can see that it's found a support area it doesn't want to go below. And this is also a bullish sign. You can see it's bounced right from it as well, right about where our breakout point was on the technical chart. So you can see that the technicals are shifting from the downside back to the upside again. So everything seems to be aligning quite well with this particular stock. Thanks very much for watching. Happy trading. Don't forget to visit stocklegends.com.